Okay, here's a new video. Boy, I'm really getting a lot of videos in this week with the COVID thing going around. What we have here is a Harris RF-5034 400-watt amplifier. I think you can kind of make out the nameplate there. It's 5034PA-400E. Now, this was originally designed for the Falcon I series for the RF-5000 series radios, including the PRC-138, which is known as the RF-5200. But in later years, when they came up and decided to create the Falcon II series, such as this man pack, the 5800, they decided that they'd like the 400-watt amp to also be usable with this. So what they did is essentially all the hardware is the same. All they needed to do was change this. Let's see if I can get that to show. Change this EPROM. This is the original EPROM in the 5034. They changed it to a different one meant to be used with the 5800 series. And thankfully, it's also backwards compatible. So the new EPROM will work both with the Falcon II and the Falcon I. I just wanted to give you a quick demonstration of how this all works. This might be a little difficult. I'm going to do a little in-camera editing, essentially. So here's the amp. I'm going to show you how the thing gets replaced. I'm going to pause it now. Okay. So I've opened up the amp. It's a beautiful thing. Basically, you've got power, you've got the harmonic filter board, and here's the control. So in the center section here, all you have to do is, this is press fit on. You remove this little shielding plate. You simply remove these 3 IDC connectors and 4 screws, and then this whole module comes out, and there's another module sandwiched underneath it. So this is sort of like a daughter board, and beneath it is another board. You can see actually that this I don't know how many pins it is, but this header here, there's a header, pin header that goes to the next board. So you separate those just by disconnecting the 2 from the IDC header, and then that's it. What you've got is I can't show it now. I'm too lazy to take it apart. But you've got a little CPU there, the 80C31. And on that CPU board is a spot for this EPROM. Now, luckily, it's socketed, so it's very easy to take it out and replace it with another EPROM that is designed to be used with the Falcon II. So I'm going to put this back together, and we'll do a little test. Okay, so what I've done is I've closed it up, and I put the Falcon II series radio, the 5800, and connected it up with this control cable here, and the RF cable going into the amp, and of course the amp going into my my coupler and a little dummy load. And so now I'll show you, as you might remember in a previous video, I was only using one power supply, and with the PRC-138, that's okay. I got a couple of 100 to 300 watts out, depending on the frequency. But with this radio, it seems to be much more sensitive to power voltage fluctuations, which was probably happening on the 138, but didn't complain about it. So what we're going to do, for starters, so these are parallel together. They're designed to work that way. This is a bit of a homebrew cable that parallels them, each producing 30 amps. So in total, in parallel, you get about 60 amps, which is really needed for the full power out. But I'll show you what happens to this radio when you don't have sufficient power. So let's go here and let's turn it on. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the backlighting. I think that will make it easier to see. Okay, I think that's easier to see. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little, just a system test first. Actually, the interesting thing is this: you can do when you connect an external amp like this, you get a new menu option. Sorry for the bad camera work. So we'll go to test. So we've seen these before. System, we've seen this test before. We've seen this. This is a new test that's available, external PA. So I'll run it. There it is. So the new amp is working great. Just for shits and giggles, we'll just do a system test. That takes a long time to run, so we'll just let this run. So that was the internal relays. Now you might hear the relays in the amp have a lower tone to them. Okay, so this is great news. It means that this 400 watt amp is now completely usable. It passes all things. So now we're going to do a simple VisWar test. And here is where the things don't work right. So I'm going to run this through 885, just happens to be frequency. And remember, we only have one power supply, and with the PRC-138, we got a couple hundred watts out. But this is going to, we're going to see, this is going to reboot the whole thing. Just probably not enough. The power, the voltage drops probably too much, and it fluctuates. So here we go. Yep, there it is, just rebooted. Okay, so I'm going to let this reboot, and we'll do the test with 2 power supplies. Okay. So now we're going to turn on the second power supply. Okay, now we got 60 amps of juice available to us, and this will work just fine. So let's go to option. Test menu. VisWar test. All right, let's see what we can do. You ready? Here we go. Wow, so the coupler already had the solution programmed. And so look at this. We get 1.1 to 1 and a full 400 watts out. It's sort of suspicious that it's exactly 400 watts out. You figured it'd be a little less, a little more, but that's fantastic. Let's run it again at a different frequency. Let's do, I don't know, 22 megahertz. I don't know, just picking random numbers. Look at that. I don't know if you can see so good. 400 watts, 1.2 to 1. And remember, this is going into this dummy load watt meter. The watt meter part we're not concerned about right now, and we're running at very short amounts of time and with a built-in fan to cool it. Should be fine. Yeah, so that's basically it. So this video demonstrated how we replace one of the EPROMs in the amp. Not showing up. All right. Replacing one of the EPROMs in the amp to allow it to be compatible with the Falcon II series, such as the 5800 or the PRC-150. And we show that using 2 power supplies, this arrangement gets really the full 400 watts out. Very exciting.